Hu Nator Shil Yachad Nuwabakedi Waloi Ma'orwo, the pledge of the United Nuwabian Nation of Moors. Ama Kakdemu Sefunut Hade Gedash Manuf, as I stand beneath our sacred and holy flag. Kanderu Ruki Maul Ke Kehikano Ama Kashgeru Zitaur, I vow to be loyal, obedient as I watch it fly. Ru Ganunwu Shil Manut Naonut Faref Nawus Weloinut, to the laws of our Constitution that govern our nations. Ru Hare Sabu Kahmelu Tubusubhem, to this cause I hold my head up high. Akara Garur Kantero Ru Harus Hade Tahum, with pride I pledge to protect and defend. Kalu Akara Hare Walao Weloi Kalu Hanuf Hade Samur, all within this great nation, both family and friend. Ru Yankud Faref Karetkut Mu Adorhut Hagoyu, to ensure all has their equal rights. Ru Hare Sabul Kazur Gedu Hatnachum, to this cause I will lay down my very life. Ama Kapdemu Tachuth Haresan Un Hade Gedash Danun, as I stand beneath this sacred and holy seal. Kanderu Nafusum Mewa Chelas Hade Kazut Menu Tiat Mewikanu Akara Khera, I vow myself loyal, sincere, and vow integrity with zeal.
So sitting next, or sitting behind you, so sitting next, you might be sitting next to Black Devil.
It states in Psalms chapter 82 verse 6, I have said ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High.
This is the Elder Raziel with the message for the children of the Ibrahiym.
I walked a long journey on the short path, where after this mind expands, math itself came through with the master teacher. Get wealth from what I have to teach you, not a preacher. The Anunnaki created this creature, fully packed with features. Nuwabu knocking off leeches. Peace to Malachi, Ziyor, Noble Drew Ali, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, respect and pay homage from the Anunnaki tribe. We hope to see you. We still kicking the flows. All the girls know. Just listen to show so your mind grows toward a genetic explosion. X out whoever was chosen by deception to sell out Negro, the greatest destruction. Without question, knowledge is a weapon. Like Cain, ain't no half-stepping to a greater direction.
I wanna talk to y'all real quick, you know what I'm saying? Get personal shit. Hard to play, family man. Hard to play. You don't even know where the family stand. Too many egos, too many voices that ain't reaching out to people. I'm at 64. I mean real blood. Pops ain't home, but if he still was, minus the allegations. I wish I knew if it was really true or fabrication. Some of your kids think you did it, got me looking at you strange. Like would they be the same if they ain't grow with the pain? I mean 200 kids you couldn't find the time for. Do you regret not making time for us? Still screaming free you. Unanswered questions got me wanting to go see you. I'm sure you was dealing with pressure just trying to be you. Heard your own son ratted on you to them peoples. That's nasty. Even if you did it, the thought would've never passed me. That's if you ask me. Everybody out for self. Quicker to go to friends before I ask family for help. I'm tired of people asking me why Jacob don't help. I don't know. Damn. It feel like we drowning in quicksand. They throw more salt, I'm thinking they reaching for my hands. 500 acres, Egyptian theme on the land. Way too much power and to be a black man.
Muhammad, y'all.
I'm talking with Dinky.
Right now on the radio.
You know what I'm saying? I'm dealing with Dinky. I know who Iggy is, I know who Iggy's family is, I know who Email is, and I know it. And I know when the Holy Tablets was coming, I knew who was there, what he was talking to. Right. Behind the face of Anu, there was a force that goes back further than that, 9 dimensions, but everything was not for the mortal ear at the time. Right. That's why in Christianity, they use the word faith. You know, or in Islam, they use the word mu'min or iman, faith. But when it comes down to with NUWABIAN, you say, listen, NUWABIAN, let me teach you about Anu and Iggy. They want me to make God manifest for us, so we will believe. That sounds very familiar, right? Yeah. They want everything. They don't want to put any trust in their leaders or their teachers. They want me to put everything on. Had I gave them everything the way it was coming to me, the devil would have long time, the reptilian shapeshifters would have long time saw where I was going and nipped it off. I had to put out sporadic. I had to jump from place to place. I had to jump from name to name. I had to jump from religion. And in each one, every time I gave you a little something more. Right. About the whole big picture, which we now come down and put. Now you're going to start seeing the whole picture come together as one thing, and you're going to see everything from day one, from the day one, from the day.
That's right, from day one. Oh, wait a minute. My applause thing ain't working. All right, there we go. Give yourself a round of applause for being here today. This is the Right Knowledge Radio Show with your host, Tutashima Hedokayu. And we got a pretty good show coming up today. I don't know how long it's going to be, so be patient and hang in there with me, okay? I had a video sent to me this morning from one of Dr. York's offspring, Insadeen Muhammad, we'll say his name, and much love to Insadeen Muhammad, good artist, good man, overall, good NUWABIAN man overall. We text this morning, you know, on the love, and then I seen the video he sent me. His brother Ibrahiym was actually talking to Adrian Patrick. I'm not familiar with Adrian Patrick, but I have heard his name being thrown around as an attorney for the master teacher, you know, his father, and I heard the video. It confirmed what I already thought about Tabitjet. It already confirmed that. I kind of knew Tabitjet was fake after like maybe it took me a couple months because she did say a lot of names. Anyway, let's get into introducing the show. The NUWABIAN date. What do we have here? Year 84. Still the first month of Atun. We got the third week, 5th day. So, but next time I do the show, I'm gonna say it in NUWABIAN. And I'm only gonna say it in NUWABIAN, right? We got to get to the point where we're speaking our primary language has got to be NUWABIAN, okay? We can't keep bouncing back with the English for 30 and 40 years. I'm not with that. So, in this show, let's immediately just jump into this, and we're not gonna have so much music on this show, but we're gonna play this. I think it's Ibrahiym talking to Adrian Patrick about Dr. York's freedom. Now you're gonna hear the master teacher talk about a couple of things. He's gonna talk about his love that he has for his offspring, his sons and his daughters. Talks about Tabitjet, and this is where Amun Numa from Padmus Batu took a snippet of what Dr. York. This is why you gotta hear the whole audio with no edits, no nothing. That's like Mario Jessup type stuff. He'll just edit something as propaganda because they're of the devil, right? The devil uses propaganda. Now this show ain't gonna have no cuts, no edits on it. I'm gonna talk, give commentary, and we just gonna play this. You know what I mean? You know, for those of the Most High, for those who love Amanubi Rakhta, otherwise known as Dr. Malachi Z. York. And another thing you're gonna hear on here is he calls people NUWABIANS, not Sabians. He doesn't say, oh, the Sabians. He says NUWABIANS. And this is a current audio. I don't know how old it is, but it's pretty current. I don't think it's more than a month or two old, right? So another thing, you know, before we start this, another thing is only go by what you can verify. We're NUWABIANS. Stop believing people. We don't have a belief system. If you're still believing, you're not a NUWABIAN. maybe a NUWABIAN by blood physically because you're a MOOR, but you're not a NUWABIAN up here. And that this up here spirituality mentality is the most important because the flesh eventually goes away. But the teachings that the master teacher put out, and these are just revived teachings from ancient Tamaray. You know, I've heard arguments, oh, there's nowhere written Nuwabu on the temple walls. So was everything in existence in ancient Egypt written on a temple wall? No. No, it wasn't. So that's a stupid argument. I hear people trying to go against the master teacher with the dumbest arguments. You know, black people need to cut it out. All right, so now, without hesitation, let's play this very important video. Let's see. Okay.
So yeah, what was I saying?
Basically that
Skip ahead.
The lies told.
Oh, my bad.
You understand?
Oh, let me go back. I didn't have the audio up. My bad, y'all.
So yeah, what was I saying?
basically that basically gotta go on another route. It's hard for you to be able to untangle this stuff because of what they doing, and that your letters never got to them.
One thing I found out, my letters never got to him, and there were lies told. You understand? Talking to him and things that he's telling me, like I'm 80 years old, son.
I was gonna die. I'm 80. I'm gonna die any day.
You understand? So he couldn't pick them up or hug.
I'm gonna die. I'm 80. I'm gonna die any day.
You understand? This body of mine, you know what I mean, can't last long.
I'm 80.
Remember, I'm 80 years old.
I'll be dead.
He'll say that on one brother. He say, I'm strong.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. You know what I mean? I can still knock down the wall.
I can still knock down the wall.
I think he say that to me so I won't worry too much. You follow? But then he'll repeat that more often. I'm 80 years old. If I die in here, this is where, you know, this is where I want to be sent, my body, that type of stuff.
That's telling me, he's saying, get me out of here right now, basically.
I want to listen to me. Everybody always say anything he say is telling them that means get me out right now. Of course that means that. He should have been out.
Okay, if y'all didn't know, that was the voice of Ibrahiym that's talking right now. And then the other person, I think, is Adrian Patrick, one of Dr. York's attorneys that's working with Ibrahiym.
He should have never been in there. You know what I mean? Let's say it this way. He'll say, that works any day. I'm telling you, son, that's going to come any day, right? You know, like Liberia could come any day, for example, right? It's working. They come to me any day, right? While then he'll tell me, and this other stuff, that's another stuff that's happening too. You know what I mean? It takes 180 days. You know what I mean? That's working. So we got a lot of things going, son, right? And then he'll say, you know, we'll talk a little bit further about other things, and then he'd be like, yo, if I die in here, you know what I mean? I'm 80. If I die in here, anything can happen any day now, right? So the contradiction or subliminally telling me I'm under duress. I got to say these good things to these people because
you know, I think Dr. York, I don't think it's a contradiction. I think Dr. York, you got to be positive and to the end. You got to have hope to the end. I mean, you got to work toward your goal, no, but you still have to have hope that things will work out, that the people on the outside are going to do what they say they're going to do. Excuse me. So you got to have hope, you know, and it should be comforting, you know, to Ibrahiym to hear his father still speaking like this. You know, that's a miracle in itself. But you got to have hope, brother.
You're saying you know it's working, and then ask, and then say, if I die in here. You understand? You're not sure, or you're telling me, listen, read between the lines. They're waiting me out to die in here.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? This is how me as a son would take it. A person that want him out, right? A person that's worried about his health, right? A person that's stuck with his face on my face, looking just like him, and the world see that face as a predator's face. You understand? A person that got to lose nothing but to get the family name back and get his name exonerated.
Property, money, and every day, right? And
Absolutely.
that's not the most important, but the most important is our family reputation.
Exactly. And I'm listening to my father.
Too.
Man, so now the biggest problem is that these people they are in the position up there, and not only will they discourage my father, they will discourage the nation itself by, like I always been saying, lying to them. You know what I mean? Even a subtle, lying to them in a subtle type of way by either hiding certain things or make them assume certain things about others who are working. I've been working on this lawyer for many years. Okay? Because of a lot of things that happened between time that could have made him say, I don't want to work with this people again. Bad taste. So it took a long time. You know what I mean? So
Now, I didn't see this about Adrian Patrick was threatened and harassed by Sabians, I'm thinking, without full pay. That means he's probably a righteous person, because they keep attorneys that do nothing and they keep the master teacher in prison. Since Adrian Patrick must have went against their wishes, Wakia and all them others, and probably Tabitjet too, tried to keep him in there, that they fired him. They're like, no, we want to keep him in there. Y'all, you trying to free him. Adrian Patrick, what you doing? You know we making millions of dollars with the master teacher in prison. Wakia running this whole thing, bro. Word. I only laugh because it's so detrimental to the health of the United NUWABIAN Nation, the MOOR, is that the good attorney gets fired while the satanic devil attorneys are hired and kept. Like Mario Joseph's wife, Victoria Broussard. She basically did nothing. She just got paid to do nothing, right? So I didn't know this. Let's keep going.
we worked with each other. I asked questions and all. I stayed on my game because that's all I know. I'm not faking it or timid like that. So at the end of the day, how can you think about this now? It might be something good. It's definitely something that I could get him out, right? Like if Pastor, if it's good and all of that, you know what I mean? By all means, just stay on top of it and everything, you know what I mean? Boom, boom, boom. And then after the meeting, right? I get a call from somebody in the nation begging me to slow down and wait.
Wait for who?
Y'all understand what I'm saying? Like, wait, I don't want it to interfere with this. It might just interfere with that. I just need you to wait a couple of times because that might do this, because Doc said this. I said, listen, yo, I don't listen to you at all.
Yeah, talking about wait. Yeah, your dad in there every day counts while he's in there. So why would you wait? Wait for this, wait for that. We ain't waiting for nothing. And if we got to steamroll over your ass, that's what we gonna do. That's his father in there, fool. All right, let's keep going.
You know what I mean? Imagine the opposite. You're coming around me and you're saying, I'm about to, I got something to give my mama and daddy out, and I'm over here telling you how to handle your mama and daddy's business.
Right, right.
Nah, slow down. As soon as I say, yo, we can get him out. Wait, slow down. Automatically, I'm going to look at you like, what do you mean, slow down? Slow down, getting him out? That's some crazy.
Now, if you remember in the 9-ball, anybody who speaks against liberation mind or liberation information is the enemy. We go back to my past episodes about the 9-ball series that I'm reading through. It says anybody speaking against freedom information and trying to free yourself, that person is your enemy. So it sounds like the brother who called Ibrahiym, he sounds like the enemy. He sound like the enemy. He should have been elated, frolic about, hey, I got a way to get the master teacher. Oh, hell yeah, let's get the master teacher out. Not, oh, no, wait a minute. As soon as you react like that, I'm like, whoa, I would have been like Ibrahiym, like, why wouldn't you want my father to be out? Let's keep going.
Thinking, and they don't understand why. They don't seem to understand why I don't listen to their games and their theatrical bullcrap and their stories about this person died and this and they're hurt and all that. I'm like, yo, nigga, my father is in there. I see what y'all do on social media about my family and to the nation about my family. My father said, clear the family name, son, and our legacy. Now I heard him say that. Do you understand what I'm saying? So here it is. Please, please, please don't put his voice out there. That's going to get him in trouble. Huh? You don't want people to hear him talking to me. I can put one of them on and I would have to ask, them, her.
Yeah, I just want to chime in for a second that I think a lot of people forget, NUWABIANS, Sabians, whatever you're calling yourself, that Dr. York is in the flesh. He does feel what we feel. We feel what he feels. He's our brother. Before he's a master teacher, before he's the co-founder of the the founder of the United Nuwabian Nation of Moors, he's still a man. I think too many people try to deify Dr. York. Yes, he was a god in the flesh, but he was also in the flesh. It's like Jesus didn't want to die, right? It's I forgot. Lama Sabachthani, right? I don't know Aramaic Hebrew like that, but in English it says, let this cup, if it be possible, let this cup pass from me. Meaning he didn't want to die. Not like that. He wanted to live to an old age. He don't want to die on no cross from the Romans, you know what I mean? So people are deifying people too much, and it puts their mind, it takes their mind out of divine reality or the divine truth, and it puts them in a fantasy, kind of like a little girl who wants to be married and she wants the man to be perfect, and then she dies single with a dog because she never was into the divine truth. She wants her man to be perfect, but there ain't no perfect man out there. That's a fallacy. It's been made up. I'm not saying what about the master teacher, anything has been made up. Well, some things have. Like they say he said things that he didn't. And a sister told me from New York, that go back to the Ansar days. Dr. York said this, trying to brag in front of women. And the Anuset, which is women. And the master teacher said, if you didn't see me in a video, it's not written in the book or in the audio, I didn't say it. Right? And that's the same thing as NUWABIANS we go by today. If we don't, or a phone call or something, no, he didn't say it. So it's very important that we keep up with these things. Like who said what, when, what is there paperwork on it? Was it recorded? Because the master teacher knew that he had a certain amount of time to teach, and his existence on this planet, his message was so profound, and he knew it. It had to be recorded, or else people would not believe it. Now, I like how they put this out here. They got the original glyph, which is our pictorial script of Nuwabic here on the left side. Love that. Looks like the sun of the green light symbol here. Love that. And then the Hua symbol with the lion. It's funny because my tribal name is actually attacking lion. So I like that. Attacking lion because I attack people who put out slander and propaganda, and like Chuck Morgan or something about the master teacher. But I don't get into Chuck Morgan too much because he seems like he's obsessed with hating the master teacher. So he's on some sick stuff. I don't deal with sick people. I let sick people go to the hospital or the psycho ward. Whatever fits you best. All right, but let's keep going.
You feel me? What did you hear him say about? Did he say I'm his backbone? Did he say he wanted me a warrior, his warrior? Did he say I'm his eyes and ears? And his mouthpiece? Did he tell me to clear his name and save the family's legacy? What I'm saying is there's a lot of negativity going on and a lot of ego chest banging and a lot of jealousy towards our bloodline and a lot of cat fight between women and a lot, you understand, insecurity amongst the men, and they're willing to lie to my father against. It's crazy, man.
Mario Jessup lied for years.
And it's dangerous.
And Deuce of York. And Amun Numa.
You claim you love the master teacher, but you got the world hating his children. My father literally expressed his love for his kids, his children, and how people were always jealous, so he couldn't pick them up or hug them.
Those people know what's getting ready to happen. And see, if you're repatriated back that far, everything they took, every penny, every dime, the land, everything must be given back to you plus.
Yeah.
You see? If they just say, wow, someone made a fraud or someone made a fraud and this case needs to be thrown out.
That's right. That's the direction. That's what we're trying to tell you. Like, this is that serious. Exoneration.
Okay. That means with exoneration, that's like you never was charged. You just never been charged.
Right.
So they still got to restate. They got to reinstate us everything they took: land, property, money, and everything, right? And that's not the most important. But the most important is our family reputation.
Exactly.
You know, the New York start saying, what's going on?
This is recently, within a few days ago?
I just told her that.
Oh, okay, because nobody didn't believe her because she don't, she be making stories up. Okay.
I know that, for you can tell I know that. Just like I did a tape for you.
Right.
And I said, I have not spoken to
Tabitjet.
What's her name?
Tabitjet. Mm-hmm.
Master teacher didn't even know what her name was, bruh. And this woman out here screaming for money. And the master teacher hardly even knows who she is. She just got a lawyer just to talk to Dr. York, to record it, to use that into getting money from you dumb Negroes out there. So now you're looking at a career criminal here. What's her real name? Her real name ain't Tabitjet. I heard she's Nigerian. So, they're known for pulling scams, unfortunately. So, mugshots online. So she's not a political prisoner like our master teacher is. Our master teacher was kidnapped as a, political prisoner. This is just a common criminal. So, criminals, unfortunately, in society get a bad rap, and their reputation is at the bottom of society. I know they put in the rap songs of being from the hood and being in the projects and killing a couple niggas and smoking some dope and getting AIDS and having a lot of sex with a lot of women is cool, but that's the fantasy. Because when you get in reality, people are gonna look down upon you like, whoo, can you date the king's daughter? No. Can you take my daughter out? No. Am I gonna trust you to invest this money? No. Your reputation is woo. Right? That's where her reputation at in the NUWABIAN community. Woo. You know what I'm saying? Using Dr. York's name to try. This is the lowest of the low of the human beings. Lowest of the low. Pulling scams, playing with the master teacher's name and his image, and crying every episode on her YouTube channel talking about donate. I need to go here, and there's 2 other females with me. We gotta do this for Baba. We gotta do that for Baba. We gotta go fly to Venus for Baba. We gotta go do this paperwork for Baba. We gotta go to Risk for Baba. This woman ain't done nothing for Baba except be a nuisance and a flea and a tick on his nuts. That's all she's done for the master teachers, be a nuisance. That's it. Like a lot of women these days, they're just like a tick on your balls. You just gotta flick them away because they're just like little children, crying like little children. Give me money. And she talked about she married the master teacher? How you married a master teacher? He can't even remember your name. The best use a one-night stand and not with the master teacher, with somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So this fraud right here, who was cool with Amun Numa, right? Amun Numa seems to attract other criminals. This is something real devilish people. Like he was best friends with Deuce York, the pedophile. I think he was best friends with him. That's what I hear. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of messed up things going in the tribe. And that's why I kind of stay away from everything. I'm the great observer. I'm just looking at the different pieces of the chessboard and I'm seeing how they move. And I've been watching for about 7 or 8 years now. I just been watching from Deuce York asking money for an ECOWAS case that had already been ruled against the master teacher. He was asking for money for that same case a year later. So that's how stupid you so-called NUWABIANS and so-called Sabians are. You're giving money to people and you're not using this. You're not using this. I don't know what you're using. To tell you the truth, I don't know what you're using. Trust. Ronald Reagan said it best. He said, trust but verify. Trust but verify. And it probably didn't come from him either, but he used it in his speech. Trust but verify, please. What are you guys doing out there? Just giving money to the Mario Jessups, even this common criminal, nobody, Deuce York, another common criminal, and a pedophile. Y'all giving money to pedophiles. And people say, oh, Dr. York got convicted of pedophilia. No, he didn't. He got convicted of the Mann Act, and we all know he was railroaded. Just like they railroaded Marcus Garvey, they railroaded Martin Luther King, they railroaded Fred Hampton, they gave drugs to Huey Newton from the CIA. That's how Huey P. Newton looked all drugged out at the end. He hooked up with some girl who her handler was a CIA agent. So the CIA would give her drugs to give to Huey Newton to throw him off course in life. You know what I'm saying? Thinking of Huey P. Newton out of Oakland, but thinking if he wasn't drugged up, what he would have done. How he would have expanded the Black Panther Party. You know what I mean? So we got so many satanic forces working against us, but the worst, and this is what I say in my song, I said the sellout Negro, the greatest destruction, without question. Knowledge is a weapon like Cain. Ain't no half stepping to a greater direction. That's why I say that. You know what I mean? Because the sellout Negro is the greatest destruction. And this is who you're looking at right here in the screen. A sellout Negro, colored person. A sellout. You're definitely not a Nuwabian acting like this. I guess you're a Sabian. I don't know what that is exactly. But you're definitely a Sabian colored person. All right, let's keep going. I didn't got on this woman too much.
So the doctor have a take to say, listen, wherever she's making money from, they're conning her, right? Just to show people they think they know what's going on, they don't know. There's a whole bunch of people, a whole bunch of them rappers out there. I'm looking at the signs on the, we were talking about that last time. I'm looking at the signs on that they're doing on their tapes for me. I can see it when I'm watching Revolt. I think the Revolt channel.
Yes.
And I'm saying, that's in NUWABIAN, that's in NUWABIAN, that's after these guys, and they let me know we're NUWABIAN, that we're coming, we ain't afraid.
What did he say? He said, we're NUWABIANS. We're NUWABIANS. Let that sink in. We're NUWABIANs. No disrespect to the other side, because I don't consider them an enemy, but I think they're misled. Nowhere in the writings of Dr. York did he say we're Sabians. He went to prison, kidnapped, for the United Nuwabian Nation of Moors, not the United Sabian Corporation. He didn't go to jail for a corporation. He went to jail for the nation, wrongfully so, right? Illegally carried out by the state, state gangsters, state mafia members, right? And FBI mafia members. You know what I mean? So he made the greatest sacrifice to build a nation of people, a community of people that used him as the prototype to walk, talk, dress, spirituality, language, everything, bro. He's like our prophet Muhammad. Everybody wanted to be like Muhammad. Well, all Nuwabians want to be like Amanubirakhta, right? Seha. Seha means right in Nuwabi. Seha. So this is what it is. I don't know what this Sabian stuff is. It looks cool. They got their own language. That's cool. I mean, that's fine. But that ain't what the master teacher brought. And the master teacher's letting you know right now what it is. Because he could have easily said, you know what? I see the Sabian symbols. He didn't choose to use the word Sabian. He chose to use the word Nuwabian. Or you could say Nuwapian, but it's the same word, right? And he also said it's Nuwapu back in Nuwapo, he said it different ways. But in the Constitution, it's spelled with a B, so that's what I go with. So all this stuff about Sabianism, they've lied about it. They've lied about it. And he's not writing those books. I don't think he's writing the books, The Master Secret, The Breath. He didn't write the Breath book because it's an exact copy of the Ayo Breath book. So somebody's just copying and somebody's authoring these books. Now, whoever's authoring these books is pretty smart, but still, it ain't the master teacher. You know what I'm saying? So let's keep going.
People get too secretive, you want to know why. Remember this, if something is true, you can blast it across the world, because the truth will always remain the truth.
Okay.
You understand? But if something is shady, then it's like, keep the secret. Let's keep this a secret. Let's keep this on the down low, as they say.
And so that's what Waikea has been doing with Dr. York. She's not telling everything that Dr. York is saying on the phone calls or what she's supposed to be telling the community or the family, you know what I mean? And then when you call, I've heard this, when you call their nation, the Sabian nation, it's very unprofessional, very undisciplined, just a bunch of Negroes hanging out, which is cool. There's a time for hanging out. There's a time to handle business. If people in the nation, your so-called nation, corporation, I think it's more like a corporation, where they call in, you don't even have good customer service, man. So and I've heard that from like maybe 40, 50 people, you know what I mean? So it's not something I'm making up. Somebody left a receipt when I bought this vest. Bookshelf. Oh, okay, anyway, let's keep going.
Activate yourselves again.
Okay.
So that other people would have know that if they don't move faster, these people are gonna come and ask. We want to know why, with all the efforts we put in Africa and all the stuff that went to the embassy, why is Baba still sitting in there? And that's what they want to know. Why he's sitting there? Why he's still sitting in there in the prison? He should be home. You're doing that from your end.
Right.
They're doing it from their end because people say we can't tell you about the diplomatic stuff because it's diplomatic. Okay? That's cool. But how long we gonna have to? How long we sit here and listen to the secret? You know, because if something, whatever it is, it could have been. It's done already. You told I got all the paperwork. I saw it. I got my passport. Saw my passport. I got everything. Come on, what's going on? You know, because the legal teams will procrastinate in order to buy time.
Right.
That's what continuance are for. Let me get a continuance. Let me get a continuance. You know what I mean? And they don't, let me call them. Every time they call you, they charge you. Every time they visit you, they charge you. And they'll keep on extending stuff out like that. You understand me?
Yes.
You know, and it's like, cut the bullshit, man. So, you're changing the subject. Right, so y'all are getting on us. Y'all are getting on the. Baba told us not to expose you people because of the children that y'all have.
Right.
All these years.
Wow, the man still, he understands life, even though some of these idiots and disloyal people who really probably deserve death, if you ask me. That's what happens to people who go against their own country. Usually they're put to death. Spies that get caught usually serve life in prison or they're executed. People who turn traitor, if you join a gang and you betray the gang, they either gonna beat you real bad or they're gonna kill you. You know, we're not a gang. But even at national levels, it's against the law, basically, to be a traitor, right? Or a double spy or something. You're actually in jail for life, or you're put to death. I mean, this is definitely something to think about. But the people who spoke against Dr. York, he still says, do not. I'm paraphrasing. He still says. Don't expose them because of their children, because Dr. York understands reputation, right? Like the family of somebody who murdered, like a serial killer, right? Usually the family members of a serial killer who's arrested, convicted, and has passed away or got executed, the family members usually end up changing their names, right? Because even though you're innocent, you might be the son or the daughter of a mass murderer, right? Hey, I didn't do nothing. It don't matter, bro. The same blood that flowed through your daddy's veins flowed through yours, and that's what people hold against you. Now, it might seem unfair, but that's the way society and life has always worked, right? And that's why we have to move as one unity, right? Which is yahad. Unity is yahud in NUWABIAN. So we gotta be in unity. The family, the nation, whatever, the clans, whatever it gotta be. Okay. So let's keep going.
That y'all have been slandering Baba and saying all these things. He said, don't retaliate. Let others say what you want to say. Let this one say what they want to say. That shit is over.
Okay.
I didn't get that long enough, you know? And now it's time for us to say, let us tell you the truth about this one and that one, the real pedophiles. You understand? Most of these people, and Ibrahiym is there. Most of these kids, I didn't even see them when I was in Brooklyn. Exactly. I didn't know what they were doing down the block. And you couldn't walk in my house because there was a guard on my door. 24/7. So all that bull crap about you having sex with me in Brooklyn, you a liar.
Right.
And because I didn't know, when I found out what Jake was doing, I was shocked because that was supposed to be my son.
Right.
When Abdul Kabir come to me and said, your son just got caught doing such and such and such, I said, where's Ali? Ali's supposed to be in the boys' quarters. Where was he?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Now I got to put my son out. You know what I'm saying? I got to put my blood out to the community because he's doing some perverted stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't do nothing about it. His mother's going to leave with him because she got to take care of him.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Yes. And now Jake is mad at me because I put him out for molesting a little boy. He should have been happy that I didn't go public with that. But instead of getting mad at me, you know, and that's the sad part, that no one stood up, none of them came to say, I was there. I was born there. I was raised there.
Mm-hmm.
My father, or Imam, or whatever you're going to call him, he didn't even know that stuff was going on. I said, I can't believe it. I'm spending all this time raising people to become mu'minun and mu'minati and preparing them to speak multiple languages and dance and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I was in people, but no one thought about how I was thinking. I devoted my life. Ibrahiym didn't have a father because I was everybody's father.
Right.
Sarah had no father. I can go around. None of them had a father because I was every kid's father.
Mm-hmm.
And was afraid to show any biasness towards my own DNA kids because I don't want people to say, well, he's the leader and he likes his kids better than us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so now I end up with my kids thinking he never was a father to me. He never loved me. He never hugged me. And I'm like, I was trying to build a nation.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
My heart was broken because my kids like, man, he don't know me. He never cared about me. Because I was put in a position. So I suffered a lot that people didn't care because he know everything. He's the man.
Hey, it makes me feel real good that the master teacher said he sacrificed his life, even ignored his blood children, which I don't know if I would have done. I probably would have showed some favoritism toward my children, but he's still our father. He's not our biological blood father. You know, that's an honor to Ibrahiym, Insadine, York, Prince York. You know, that's his, let's not get it confused. He's our spiritual father. My father is George Smith Sr., you know, who I love very much, and we had our differences before he died, but we were just two men trying to work things out, inshallah. So, you know, at the end of the day, he's our founding father. I call him, you know, the Caucasoid colonists that got their founding fathers. I'm like, that ain't my founding father. Them goddamn Caucasoids don't look nothing like me. This man behind Ibrahiym is my founding father. You know, Malachi Z. York, that's my founding father. You know, so we don't have to go to the Caucasoid for our founding father. We got a founding father right here, the United NUWABIAN Nation of Moors. So, but the man knew the position he was playing, and he knew he was sent here on this planet to carry on a certain mission, which, I mean, to have a real life, you must have a purpose and a mission. People who do not have a purpose and a mission do not have a life. You don't have a life. You don't have a purpose, you don't have a mission, and you don't have a plan. So, so that's most people in America, especially Negroes. Their plan is to just go get a good job. You know, or some of it's to sell crack or join a gang. You know, I'm not saying every Negro does this, but that's the image that's put out on television because, like the Dr. York said, we don't have our own TV station. We don't have, you know. So let's build, y'all. Let's build. Let's keep going with the master teacher. Much love.
He's the Imam. He's a Khidr. He's everything, you know. And they missed the man, the human part. They were suffering. All shit. I look at my kids walk by, and I want to grab them and hug them, you know, and say, this is my little thing. But I can't.
Mini me.
Because if I hug them, then I gotta hug this one's kid, and then if I hug this one, then it's nothing special about me hugging my own.
Mm-hmm.
And Now I gotta treat them all the same. And whose birthday it is? Okay, everybody get some cake. Everybody, and I'm watching do a Halloween party. Everybody put on their makeup. I remember Dawood's sister, right? Yasmin, right? Yeah, she like, but I couldn't hug her and say, "Oh, look at my baby, or look at my son. That's my man." Like I took it this one here. I'm listening to him. I'm like, he got my voice.
And your face, yeah.
And my face, stole my face and my voice, but I never got to hug him. Just hug him. Now he's a big old rusty man. What would it mean if I walked up to him and saw him and grabbed him and hugged him and just held him? He might say, okay, he was locked up too long.
Nah, I'm gonna hug you back. I'm gonna hug you back.
But that was the story of my life. But no one saw me. They didn't see me because I was so busy trying to raise money and write books and get things going. And, I'm going to tell you something else. They don't realize how rich they would have been when they chased me out of New York upstate, because that's what they was doing, right? Not when the New York State was trying to get me out. But the kids would have stood there and the men would have stood there and held on to the property. 716 sold for $3 million. 716, that's the one I used to live in. It sold for $3 million a couple of years ago. Now think of what 699, 701, all the Hot Street, all the buildings, how much wealth these children would have today.
Multiple millions.
Multi-million, that was what I was doing. I was going to die. I'm 80. I'm going to die any day. I would have died. And that would have been their inheritance if they would have just stayed a community. I'm not talking about in Islam. Islam is as fake as you can believe it. Islam is phony. Don't believe it. It's fake. The Quran is fake. Fake as a motherfucker. And they say fake as a motherfucker. It's fake. The Bible, fake. You know what I'm saying? We don't need that. We need to be back on our soil with our toes in the ground. Now, what about Ais and this?
Izzadeen said he sent you his love too.
Oh, Izzadeen.
Yes. His mother was the one of her character witness. She was a witness on your case.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, give her my love.
Okay.
Is there any other ones that I might have overlooked? I don't want to do that again. That you can think of that you can send my love by? If they don't, believe me, Ibra, if they don't want to say, man, he never cared about us, that's okay. I can deal with that. I mean, I got 22 years in the worst prison in the world. You understand?
Yep.
So,
absolutely.
So y'all good then. Brother Hoover is supposed to come on after me, right? You heard of him before, right? You never heard of Hoover?
Oh, Hoover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with him. I'm with the shoe bomber. He's like, his name is Ibrahiym, right?
Yep.
So it's good to hear your voice. It's good to hear the attorney, right? And I'm at the gate. So you okay then?
Yes.
Give my love to everybody who cares, and those that don't care, give my love through you to them. Okay?
Okay.
Anything else?
I'm just gonna make sure that I'm gonna make sure Adrian sends you his number and all the information. You know.
Yeah, so I can put it back on the computer because it's on, and I can put it on the email too.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That way, his email is important. So I can just, because I talk back and forth every day on the email.
Okay.
Because you hear me, right?
I hear you. Yes.
Oh, you hear me though. Okay. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
You have to be my eyes and ears there on the real side.
Okay.
And don't relax and just say it sounds good. I like it. It's very fuzzy and all that. You got to be like your father was in Islam. If it ain't right, if it ain't all right, it ain't right at all.
Right.
Correct.
You understand me, son?
Yes.
What the project you're working on with them, you got to be saying you got to know this is don't play no games. We ain't playing.
Right.
This ain't no time. This ain't no time that you pulling out no tennis racket and balls. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This shit better be real because this I'm 80. This is my last lifeline. I'll be dead soon. That's real. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Alright?
Yes.
I can still knock down a wall.
I know that's right.
It's all good then. What do?
All right.
What
I
do?
do.
Tell Attorney Cooper then I thank you again.
He said okay.
What do?
All right, what do I should?
I love you.
I love you too, son. Wow. Don't make me cry, goddamn. I can't cry here in prison.
All right, Papa.
Wow, what a touching ending there, with the master teacher showing love to his son. And that's the side of the master teacher that we really need to see, man. His love for his own blood. Yeah, his own blood. Yeah, it's like everybody else got love for their blood. He got major love for his blood, you know? So that's cool, man. That's cool that we got to hear that. We got to hear the master teacher's voice. We got to hear his son, Insadine, who looks a lot like Dr. York. Him and Prince York really look like Dr. York, man. So we just think, we thank the universe, we thank the ancestors, we thank Anu, we thank the Nati Orwell that we're able to bear witness to Dr. York do the things he did on this planet, and to see the wicked beings that are working against righteousness. So, but as the nation, we're gonna keep going. I'm the Afar. These days, we're gonna keep it going. We're not gonna stop. This is what we've dedicated our life to. This is the purpose and mission of at least my life, has been to keep this thing going. And I came after a fraud named Asaru. Well, his name is Ian Thompson. Then he changed his name to Asaru Unk Amun Rael. Everything was fine at the beginning, but then at the end we came to find out he's using national funds for personal things. So anyway, let's end the show right here. Let's end it with Insadine's song called Dear Dr. York, which I play every episode, but we're going to play it again at the end here. Thank you, brother, for giving me permission to use the audio that your brother did on the Right Knowledge radio show. This is a national NUWABIAN publication, radio station, and we want to thank you for allowing us to put this video up. Inshallah.
I want to talk to y'all real quick, you know what I'm saying? Get personal shit. Hard to play, family man, hard to play. When you don't even know where the family stand. Too many egos, too many voices that ain't reaching out to people. I'm at 64, I mean real blood. Pops ain't home, but if he still was, minus the allegations, I wish I knew if it was really true or fabrication. Some of your kids think you did it, got me looking at you strange. Like would they be the same if they ain't grow with the pain? I mean 200 kids you couldn't find a time for. Do you regret not making time for us? Still screaming free you. Unanswered questions got me wanting to go see you. I'm sure you was dealing with pressure just trying to be you. Heard your own son ratted on you to them peoples. That's nasty. Even if you did it, the thought would've never passed me. That's if you ask me. Everybody out for self. Quicker to go to friends before I ask family for help. I'm tired of people asking me why Jacob don't help. I don't know. Damn. It feel like we drowning in quicksand. They throw more salt, I'm thinking they reaching for my hands. 500 acres, Egyptian theme on the land. Way too much power and to be a black man.
I'm talking to the Anunnaki. If it's with me, I'm talking with Inky. Right? Murdoch. You know what I'm saying? I'm dealing with Inky because I know who Inky is. I know who Inky's family is. I know who Imnal is, and I knew this. And I know when the Holy Tablets was coming, I know who was there and what it was talking to. Right. I knew behind the face of Anu, there was a force that goes back further than that, 9 dimensions. But everything was not for the mortal ear at the time. Right. That's why in Christianity they use the word faith. You know, or in Islam they use the word mu'min or iman, faith. But when it comes down to with NUWABIAN, you say, listen, NUWABIAN, let me teach you about Anu and Inky. They want me to make God manifest for us so That sounds very familiar, right? Yeah. They want everything. They don't want to put any trust in their leaders or their teachers. They want me to put everything on. Had I gave them everything the way it was coming to me, the devil would have long time, the reptilian shapeshifters would a long time saw where I was going and nipped it off. I had to put out sporadic. I had to jump from place to place. I had to jump from name to name. I had to jump from religion. And in each one, every time I gave you a little something more. Right. About the whole big picture, which we now come down and put. Now you're going to start seeing the whole picture come together as one thing, and you're going to see everything from